Hey everyone, it's Lynette, and this is going to be my first Booktube-a-thon, so I'm going to tell you what's on my TBR right now. So for those of you who might be pretty still new to Booktube and don't know what Booktube-a-thon is, it is 1 week in the summer. This year it begins on July 30th and it goes through August 5th. Where basically during that week you read as much as you possibly can. Go to the Booktube-a-thon YouTube channel, which looks like this. This is a great resource that has all the questions that you could ever possibly need to know, all the info you need to know about Booktube-a-thon. But there's also these reading challenges. There's 7 different challenges for the week. So basically I'm going to tell you my TBR and what I picked for my stack that correlates with all of these challenges. And basically the ultimate goal is to read as much as you can, but the ultimate goal is to read at least 7 books. That's like the classic challenge that happens every year. A lot of people don't make it because 7 books in 7 days is really hard, especially when you're a mom or if you have a day job or, you know, just life, you know, it just gets hard. But it's just an event to celebrate reading, and I'm all for celebrating my love of reading and trying to get as many books read as I can. So without further ado, here are the books on my Booktube-a-thon TBR. So the first challenge is let a coin decide what you're going to read first. So the 2 books that I decided I would let the gods of the books decide that I would read is Wink Poppy Midnight and Toil and Trouble, 16 Tales of Women in Witchcraft. I actually, just a quick aside, this was my first ever book mail. So thank you so much to Harlequin Teen for sending me this. I am going to read it during Booktube-a-thon, and I will be posting a review of it on my blog novelsandhops.com. But I was so excited that I actually got book mail that I didn't order or didn't request or anything like that. So I'm so excited to read this. I thank you so much for sending this to me. I cannot wait to read it. So we'll say that Wink Poppy Midnight is heads and Toil and Trouble is going to be tails. Here's my coin. It's a giant 50-cent piece. So heads, again, Wink Poppy Midnight, and tails is Toil and Trouble. So I'm gonna flip her. Oh, okay. And it is tails. So the first book I will be reading is this collection of short stories about women in witchcraft called Toil and Trouble. I am so pumped for this. It comes out August 28th. So be sure to be watching for this on the shelf and be sure to wait for my review on how awesome I think this book is. So the next challenge is read a book about something you want to do. So this book has actually been on my TBR forever, and I decided Booktube-a-thon was the perfect chance to give it a try, and that is And I Darken. Now, I have to explain something. What I've always wanted to do is write a book through the perspective of an evil character, or bad guy. And from everything that I've read, review-wise and synopsis-wise about this book, is that it's told through sort of an antagonistic lead narrator voice. So when I write my novel, I always wanted it to be, if I was going to write a fantasy novel, which I think that's the direction I'm heading, I've always wanted it to be told from the antagonist point of view. So that is why I chose And I Darken, because I feel like it's maybe really good research for something that I might want to do one day when I write my book. So I'm really excited to read this, and it has this beautiful cover that I've been eyeballing for the last couple months that it's been sitting on my shelf, so I'm excited to finally get around to read it. The next challenge is to read a book and then immediately watch the movie adaptation to it. So I was trying to think of what movies I haven't seen, you know, book movies. And I've seen all the newest ones, but the one that I haven't seen yet is Love, Simon. So I went ahead and ordered the book that goes along with that, which is called Simon versus the Homo sapiens Agenda. So I will be reading that book when it comes in on Tuesday because I just ordered it from Amazon. And then I will be immediately watching the movie adaptation, which is simply called Love, Simon. This is a book that I have been wanting to read. It is a contemporary novel, but it's also sort of a coming of age. It's an LGBTQ plus book. So I really wanted to read it in June and just didn't get around to ordering it. So again, Booktube is the perfect opportunity to read this, so I'm really looking forward to it and the movie. The fourth challenge of Booktube-a-thon is to read a book with something green on the cover. So, me, being as extra as I can be, picked the greenest book that I have on my shelf to read. And it's actually one that I've read before, but this has some additional stuff in it. So, that is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, the Slytherin edition, and it even has green pages. So I figured, why pick a book with just like a leaf or something on the cover? I'm going to be super extra and I'm going to pick the Slytherin edition of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. But if you're unfamiliar with these reprints, they are beautiful. They have them in every house, so you can get them in your house. But it has a map of Hogwarts, and you guys know I'm a sucker for a good map, especially one of Hogwarts. But there's a whole bunch of different things in here about Slytherin and, you know, Salazar Slytherin. There's a picture of him here. There's an introduction to the House of Slytherin. There's just different things. There's different things in this book. And I did want to give the Harry Potter books a reread this year, so I figured I'd start with number 1 and we'd work our way through. And what greener book can you get than the Slytherin edition of the first book? The fifth challenge is so much fun. It is to read a book while wearing the same hat. Was that it? Yes, the same hat the whole time. So every time I vlog about reading this book, I'm going to be wearing the goofiest hat that I can find, and I don't have it down here, so I'm going to leave it a surprise. So you're just going to have to watch my Booktube-a-thon blog to see what crazy hat I decide to wear while I'm reading a book. Number 6 is read a book with a beautiful spine. But that is Cinder by Marissa Meyer. This is the first in the Lunar Chronicles series. Yes, it is old. Yes, I haven't read them yet. I am sorry that I haven't read them. They have been sitting on my shelf forever, but look at the spine. I love the robotic Cinderella foot. I love the shininess of the title. It's just like, it's such an eye-catching spine. So, I'm excited to finally start this series. In the other 2 books I'm going to read for a total of 7, which is the last challenge, read 7 books, is Talking as Fast as I Can by Lauren Graham. This is her autobiography, says from Gilmore Girls to Gilmore Girls. So I'm really excited. I love Lauren Graham, and this is a short little read, so I think it's perfect to try to knock this out. And the other one is a novella. It's The Queens of Fenburn, which is in the Three Dark Crowns trilogy or whatever it's going to be. But the next one, the 3rd book, comes out this fall, so I really want to read the novella just to kind of give me a taste of where things left off and get me back in that mindset. So this has been my Booktube TBR. I'm super excited. This is my first Booktube-a-thon ever. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I will vlog the entire thing so you can check up on me and my process, and I hope that I see you there, and I hope I see you in the challenges and on Instagram. So be sure to follow me, follow my blog, and follow my channel. See you guys. Bye.